stress balls.
Never heard of keels. Open it up. See if there's anything in it. Sunfish stickers. Nope, empty. Made in China.
Made in Cambodia.
Oh, Cambodia. That's interesting. Porcelain dog. Ah, the whole can. Yeah. Oh, it's a zebra. It's a duck. Egg. Yeah. The Jedi. This is Cindy's favorite sign. Old age ahead. All these frames wrapped up in newspaper. Philip Whitman. That was pretty fancy. I do not need any more frames. So, I'm not picking up any more frames. Little basket with some roosters on it. That's a silverware caddy basket. Cute. Yep, there's the frames. The coffee pot. A payday game. Lots of magic tricks. Warthog. With their piece. Oh. Extra large. That's too bad. Oh, Cindy's throwing things. Oh, it's a Mr. Pickle. I don't do pickles. There's this box full of Christmas stuff. Mrs. Claus. Mr. Claus. Harps. Gold leaf all separated with tissue paper. Some parts down there. More tissue paper. And rope. More. Oh, the hairpin legs. Those are new, never been used. That's tempting. Shopping network. Staples, almost always find staples every week. Lots of staples. There's 3 of those brass candlesticks. 4. A bunch of these little shoes.
Baby.
There you go. Hello everyone, it's Clay Rammage. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you enjoyed the little shop along with Cindy and I today. And we had a lot of fun at the bins today. It was, honestly, I was not in a big mood to be there for some reason. We had fun and we found some great stuff, but yeah, I just wasn't overly enthusiastic about sorting through the bins today for some reason. And there are days like that. But let me say that we did find some great stuff. One of the items that I'm most curious about is very large, and I'm actually just going to insert a picture because it's going to be easier than trying to show it. And I left it in my car because it's very heavy and I didn't want to struggle getting it down here with all the other stuff that I have. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into the haul. One of the things that, another big thing that I bought is this chair. Now the great thing about this chair is it folds. So it's a great folding chair, and you can tell it's been folded up for a long time because the wicker impression is into the seat. But we can just either steam it or let it go for a little while and it will let itself out, because that's just the vinyl. It's not a real leather. So that was exciting. I've always loved those kind of chairs. And it's from 1971 is what it's dated. And there was only one. It'd be great to have a set. Many times it would come in a set of 4 plus the table, like the card tables. But you could buy them individually as well. So yeah, that was a fun thing. The other thing I found was this soccer ball. This is a vintage soccer ball. This is from 1977. This is called Brine USA. And I was like, well, that's interesting. So I looked it up because I really didn't know much about it. It is, they're still making soccer balls today. I did not find any vintage soccer balls by this company on eBay. So I'll have to do some more research, but there's the name. It's dated 1977, copyright W.H. Bryan Company, size 5. Now there is this staining right here, so I'll clean it and see if some of that will come off. But I've sold some vintage football before that's done well, so I'm hoping vintage soccer balls have a good market too. We'll see. But again, I like dealing in vintage stuff as opposed to, like, some resellers will sell anything that makes money. I tend to want to focus more on vintage, eclectic vintage stuff as opposed to being, you know, shoes, stuff like that. So you won't see many of that. You'll see it occasionally, but there's usually a reason, and pretty specific reason. Picked up a Tupperware canister set. There's only 2 of them in the brown with the little that design on it, floral design. So, and I've done really well with Tupperware lately, so I'm giving it a whirl. Oh, I did find some books, which are great. Then found a belt buckle, USA. This is dated 1985 with the eagle symbol on there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, I'm going to show you a couple pieces of jewelry. Picked up a little bag of it. Not too much of it is exciting, but some of these pins I really like. Look at this pin. Cindy's not here to do the jewelry, so you'll have to settle for me. Beautiful little, you know, crown scepter type pin. Then there's this, which is a clip, like a sweater clip. There were 2 sterling silver earrings. These are the Western style. I've actually sold a number of these. They sell for $20 to $25 every time I've had them. So that was a good deal. We spent $41 today all total. And that included quite a bit of personal stuff as well. So we did really well. Here's a pair of Trifari earrings. I really like these. Those are really kind of cool. And most jewelry I do not sell individually. I sell as lots. So this is a beautiful glass bead necklace, multicolored. Really nice. Like that one. And there were several of these bee pins, the bumblebee pins, like those. Which reminds me, they might have been a Mary Kay person, because Mary Kay cosmetics company does give out bees as part of their theme. Found a vintage Woodstock from 1972. He's a beanie baby. Got beans in there. So yeah, I haven't looked about what his United Features Butterfly Originals. So I have to look him up and see. Oh, it says crushed nutshell. That's what's inside. Love Woodstock. He's great. Found a brand new pair of playing cards with a beautiful vintage image on them. Still sealed. There was another one that was brand new, but the package is broken open, and I was going to get it, and then I changed my mind. I have the right to do that sometimes, you know. I don't always have to go with stuff. But part of my philosophy lately has been I want to have less stuff to try to deal with, and in the sense of I don't want to pick up things that need fixing or repairs or major cleaning, that kind of thing. So I'm going to try, see how it works. But I'm a rescuer by nature, so I love picking up stuff that most people just throw away because it's broken or needs some help. Found this horse. It is actually it's called an Imperial toy. It's dated 1975. So this is a vintage toy. It is made in China. So a few weeks ago I talked about the made in China label that you'll find, and many times I use it to date things because most modern items in the last 25 years, you know, made in China. So they'll be stamped that. Whereas older items will be Taiwan, Hong Kong, USA. So the fact that this one is 1985 China Imperial tells you that this was, you know, still a good quality Chinese item that was imported for resale, for sale, and then resale. Okay, this was really funny, and I basically paid nothing for this at the bins because it weighs nothing, but it is a vintage dated 1992 McDonald's Happy Meal bag. And I just thought, okay, there's not many of these that survive. I'm sure there's a number of them, but for little no money, I thought that was a great find. Cindy found this. It's a Rolling Stones koozie. So I thought, you know, I've sold some Rolling Stones stuff lately. We'll throw that in the mix. Another one of these vintage frames. This is actually made in the USA. This one is plastic. It's not metal. It's just a plastic frame. But I do really well with this style of frame. Okay. So this is an old tool. I believe it's a leather skiver. So for shaving down leather to make it thinner and for cutting leather. It's not super sharp at the moment. So yeah, so that was a fun find at the bins. You don't usually find those kind of tools at the bins. Okay, I'm pausing the video here for a moment because I realized I forgot to insert this clip of an item that I found that is the World War II item. So here's a picture of it. This is a World War II food container. It's called a Mermite, M-E-R-M-I-T-E, and it was used to transport food and other things. They also said that they used it to transport like blood supplies for wounded soldiers and stuff. So pretty cool item, and we found out that this thing, there are several listed on eBay that have sold. There are no active listings right now, but they range from $300 to $525. They do have inserts that go into them for the food storage. Ours does not have the inserts. It's just an empty container. And I believe originally it would have been army green, and this one has been painted blue, and then it had some decorative decals put on each side of it. And we are also missing the, there's a bar that would have linked both of the handles on top together to keep it sealed tightly. But it's still an amazing find worth hundreds of dollars from World War II. And speaking of McDonald's, which I did just a few items ago, a Happy Meal, a Halloween McNugget Buddy, Monster McNugget, still in his original package. Now, again, he's not high dollar, but anything Halloween related and McNugget related is usually pretty collectible. So, picked him up. All right, so Cindy rescued this fabric, and she actually got reprimanded by one of the workers because they were changing out the bins, and she saw this in the clothing bin, and she ran over there, and they're like, "Stay behind the red line," while they were changing out the bins. But anyway, so she grabbed this fabric, and I told her to grab it because it's great tropical print. Isn't that awesome? And then when she brought it over, I said, "Look, it's Tommy Bahama." It's a Tommy Bahama fabric. So I'm actually going to use this to reupholster one of my chairs. Love Tommy Bahama and his fabric and his shirts. So this will be a great item to reupholster the chair that I've been debating. I've been finding different kind of fabric that I thought might work for it, but none that I was excited about. That I'm excited about. So that's what we're going to do there. All right, let me show a few books, and then I'll get into the more exciting, some really cool finds. Another simple book, it's called The Devil and Daniel Webster. This was a library book withdrawn from the library in, Pacific Palisades, California. So this one traveled a ways to get to Minnesota. This is from 1937, first edition. April 30th, 1965. That's probably the date it was withdrawn from the library. So yeah, I know nothing about it, but I just thought it was an intriguing title. The spine is missing on it. Then we have, sorry folks. This is of local interest because it's a book, St. Paul and Ramsey County in the War of 1917 to 18, which is World War I. Ramsey County War Records Commission. And this book was published in 1929 here in St. Paul, Minnesota. So I just thought this was a very interesting book with some local appeal. So I might even throw that out on, it's Ramsey County War Record Commissions who published it. So probably throw that out on either Facebook or Craigslist, probably Craigslist, as a local piece. Oh, we picked this up. This is Aerosmith. It's an Aerosmith CD. From 1997. So not that old, but I just thought it was great. Put that down at the Pink Elephant. And let's see, what's this one? Oh yeah, this one, Sunset Gun, by Dorothy Parker. This is a group of poems. This was published in 1941. Poems seem to do fairly well for me. It's just a little book. Another local piece, Birds in Minnesota. The author is a local author, and his name is Bob Jansen. Now, what's interesting is somebody cut out all of these different newspaper articles and put them in the book that relate to the author. So I don't know if this was a family member or who may have owned this particular book. Oh, there's the name. Oh, and they've got notations in here. So they were a bird watcher. They've got notes on when they saw the birds and where. That's kind of cool. So, yeah. Oh, Southdale Center, 60 B. Dalton Booksellers. Must have been where they bought it. So anyway, again, another book with local connections. Found a couple of golden books. Always find these. The Nutcracker, I'll put that up at the Pink Elephant during Christmas. And Mother Goose. And those are in great shape. My friend Brad was there, ran into Brad at the bins again, and picked up, he found this. It's a vintage, antique actually, music book. And it's a song book. And I believe it is, yeah, it's in Norwegian. It's from 1910. It's actually published here in Minneapolis. which is interesting. Entered according to the Act of Congress in 1899. DeLander Music Printing in Minneapolis. So it's for the religious singer, which I thought was pretty cool. And then, let's see, then we have some other books. Once There Was a Cat. It's a Dolch first reading book. Oh, I saw this. Like, I've never seen this before. It's Heritage Village Collection. Some of you may recognize that. Department 56, right? This is a book of all of the houses for that particular series in 1989, which I thought was really interesting. And I know now they have Christmas in the City. I know they have different videos that show you how to set up their different villages and stuff like that too from Department 56, but I never saw a book that showed all of the different collections that they had, so that was kind of fun. The Hungry Baby Bunny, that's from 1951. That was kind of a fun little book. Oh, Cindy must pick this up. It's a music book, but it's a blank book inside. Hans Bergensen, another Norwegian book. This is all in Norwegian, and it is I believe it's Norwegian. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. 1952. It's an early reader. I love it. Love it, love it. You should probably read it. Oh, it's a Louis L'Amour book. The Leatherette series. Those are, $5 to $10 on eBay. Oh, I forgot about this. Let me do this other one first, and then I'll get to this one. The Birth of China. It's a history book from 1937. This is the third printing from 1954. But yeah, I just thought it would be very interesting. It's got some illustrations of different artifacts from China that they found, and historic digging and all that kind of stuff. So, be a great thing to learn more about. But then I saw this book, and again, I don't typically pick up modern books, but I saw this one. It was still shrink wrapped. Then I noticed it says Owl Crate Exclusive Signed Edition. It's called These Violent Delights. Chloe Gong. So it's an autographed copy, still sealed, and I looked this up, $60 on eBay. New, signed edition. Okay, I'll take that one. All right, I found some great, let's do this one first. Last Monday's video, my last video, you guys may recall, I found a hanging lamp, light fixture. And so I listed that and it sold right away. I found this one today. Again, I paid $1.19 for these electronics. Found this one today, another great looking vintage light fixture. So I'll get this one listed right away. And they're really not that bad to ship. They're just kind of heavy, but people are looking for that particular style. This one I think will be a little more appealing because it's kind of got the bronze finish as opposed to the gold tones. Some people don't like the gold. Gold just comes and goes. And then I found this. This is a bedside reading lamp. So you hook this on your headboard so you can read in bed. And it's plastic, and it's got these little embroidered flowers placed on each side of it. I just thought it was a great little lamp. Still has a light bulb in it too. Don't know if it works, but for $1.20 I couldn't pass it up. And then I picked up this one. This is, again, a vintage 1970s looking lamp. So I thought, well, I'll try it. I got away from lamps for a while. Now I'm kind of getting back into it. Oh, and I did find an extra hurricane lamp, and then we found these, and then the most exciting find is coming up. These are water purifying bottles. It's a personal water purification system. Extreme. They're actually $50 each, and these are from 2001. So these are 20 years old, They paid $50 20 years ago for these things. Wow, and we got 2 of them. So they need a little cleaning because they're dusty, but there's only one listed on eBay for $30. No sold. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll probably put these out there for like 30 bucks. All right, here's the exciting find. Oil lamp base. Yes, uranium glass. Yes, it glows in the dark. Does not have the fixture, but what a great base. You could fill it with other items if you want, or you can buy the fixture to put on there, or rob it from another one. Whatever you want to do. Oh, this one's Giant. This one is signed, so we can look that up. It's a Giant brand oil lamp. I didn't notice that before. So that was our fun, eclectic find, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Had fun going back through it again. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.